There's something that happens at the precipice of what you think are your mental limits. A breaking point. You can give in or you adapt. Doubt creeps in, the threshold. But these limits are self-imposed. And the moment you realize that, you find out just how much more you have left to give. That's what I'm about to show y'all. I'm giving myself 3 months to go from an injury and barely being able to run at all to running a 50K. I'm gonna find that breaking point. Yeah, I think it was around November, and I felt that my left knee was starting to act weird. And it was acting weird in a way that I hadn't experienced before. It felt like something was wrong. I couldn't really put weight on it. Lo and behold, going to the doctor, they told me that I had a small tear. I kind of wallowed for a full month because I'm a person that really likes to get out there and do things and be physical. And that sucked. Last year, I took on Chimborazo. I ran an Ironman 70.3, and those were immensely physical efforts. I climbed 14ers regularly, and I spent a lot of time in the mountains doing all that. And I guess the overuse creating a tear in my knee, that's not exactly what I wanted. So I'm gonna preface this by saying I'm not a runner. I don't enjoy running. This isn't my favorite thing to do. I have never run a marathon. I had never done a half marathon. I had never done a 10K. I don't even think I've ran a full 5K before, but rolling over and giving up, that's not in my blood. So naturally, I was looking for a challenge. I was looking for a way to check a box off and say, yes, I have come back. I am ready to do some crazy things. And so I did some Google searching just with the ballpark of 3 months. Lo and behold, 3 months from when I was looking into, there's the Chucking Up 50K. It takes place in Bellingham, Washington, March 17th. And I told myself, that's it. That's the one. That's what I'm signing up for. So getting back into training was rough because the first few jogs, runs, whatever I did, even walking was difficult for a little bit. I felt this dull ache in my knee, and every time I would try and do these things, it would flare up and it just wasn't great. So the first week or so was really about just putting myself back on my feet, letting the joints and the muscles get used to the fact that I'll be moving for lengthy periods of time all at once. The training becomes a very massive and important part of your life. And you really need to plan your day around your training. You need to wake up every morning and know that you're going to train, you're going to eat to train, you're going to sleep it off. You start thinking really deeply about these things, and it becomes the most pivotal aspect of your life. Mile and a half in, my knee is acting up again. I'm gonna have to walk out the rest of this, which is okay. We're just going for time on foot right now. But I need to come up with a solution for this soon. part of the protocol is definitely like continuing to strengthen the muscles around my knees, but you know, that's a long-term solution. I need to figure out something where I can still keep training and actually do 5Ks. Not bad. Not bad at all. Trying out compression sleeves. We'll see how this goes. Seems like it's adding a little bit more mobility. Thankfully, I have a coach. His name is Kyle, and he's an incredible guy. This guy's a beast. This guy's an absolute beast. And he has this philosophy on running, which I really like. Because, again, I don't like running. I don't like putting miles in on the road. You know, I like being out in nature and doing stuff on trails, but keep in mind, all this training I'm doing is happening during the winter, so it's either on a treadmill or it's on cold pavement. His philosophy is you get stronger in the gym. That means your body can handle the punishment of running further. We have pretty much leg day every single day to an extent. There's capacity training involved to essentially strengthen the muscles around the joints that we really focused on this time around, because an injury, you know, you want to get stronger, you want to make sure that you're protecting yourself. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have some sort of running training. This is where the mileage would come into play. And then every Saturday, we have a long endurance test. So that's either a long run or a run with crazy elevation gain and low mileage, something of that extent. All right, I'm nearing the end of January. I think today's the 25th. And I signed up for a half marathon, canceled because of these conditions. So instead, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to do my race virtually. But yeah, I have to do it in just because the sidewalks are still icy, so I want a little bit of traction. But yeah, here we go, half marathon. This is going to be the hardest press that we've done yet, so let's do it. About a mile in. It's really hard. I figured today would be tough. About 2 in now. Yeah, I need to walk a bit. So, the knee, it still kind of hurts. I got compression sleeves on though, so that helps a bit. But yeah, all right. 6 miles in. Almost halfway. All right, I am 9 miles in. Dua Lipa blasting in my ears. We've actually managed to maintain a pretty steady pace. We're rewarding myself with some walking. My knees flaring up just a little. But yeah, now we push for 4 miles and I'm gonna bring this home. That came off. 11 miles in now. Home stretch. It's not gonna look pretty, but it's gonna look done. My right knee is locking up. All right. 13.05. We done it. We did it. Oh, we did it. Oh, I feel like I got hit by a bus. We did it. Oh, I'm gonna Okay, so it's the second day after I did my half marathon run, and I just want to report back. So one thing I'll mention is my left knee is the one that's actually pretty messed up, but my right knee, I think because of the compression sleeves, it ended up restricting the mobility of my right knee to a point where I think it actually started to hurt more than the left one. Even in the recovery process, I found that going up and down stairs in the last like 20 something hours, it's been tougher on the right knee. So, um, yeah, I think, I mean, all in all, they're both recovering, but yeah, it's good to be mindful of. I think that maybe compression sleeves aren't going to be a good long-term solution. I think they'll be good for training with and doing in the gym, but I don't think for the actual race I'm going to wear compression sleeves. I think I'm going to have to um just go raw without them. The whole first month was just me honestly just getting my ass kicked over and over and over. So yeah, I think now that my legs are proving to cooperate, I think the next step here is we just have to double what I did last week. We're going to be pushing really hard over the next few weeks, and I think there's going to be a lot of strength work involved. This coming weekend, we have a really hard push with the long runs, trying to cover distance. So yeah. Nice smoothie, you get the morning started. All right, so I'm gearing up to head out, and yeah, so I went ahead and decided to take some pre-workout, get a little bit of energy kick. And then I've heard mixed reports about taking creatine right before a run, but for me personally, I really like the neurological effects, sharpens your focus a bit. So yeah, we're gonna do about 2 grams of creatine. And with that, we're gonna get the ball rolling here soon. I gotta pack my snacks for the day. We got 14 miles to do today. 14, 15, somewhere in that ballpark. Yeah, so yeah, hopefully should be a good day out. I need to foam roll my right leg this time. That's what my coach recommended, because the last long run I did, it really started acting up, and we don't want that today. So I'm at Evergreen today, putting in I think about a 14 to 15 mile run / hike. Nice snowy ground, so I don't think I need to worry too much about mud. I'm wearing trail runners, obviously, and I'm checking out this new vest that I got, Solomon, and yeah, we'll get after it.
Son of a southern man, daughter of a freedman, children of the Civil War. Blackbird on a limb, both of them diving in deeper than they've been before.
Aiming, hiking the uphills. Looks like a pretty steep grade here. I think this is probably the steepest grade of this trail.
Strangers in the light of day. Can't fight it, can't stop, and if they get caught, it's gonna be hell to pay. So baby, meet me down by the Roanoke River, where the cool dark water meets the full moonlight. If we can sneak away, maybe we could be together. Candlelight, stop love tonight. Didn't know they'd been followed down through the hollow till a hand grabbed her by the arm. Blood's thicker than water, but even his father ain't never gonna do her no harm. And whiskey on his breath, they were scared to death, and he was meaner than the devil himself.
Downhill
It was him or them, and you can
killing me.
call it a sin, but the
It's
Roanoke River won't
feels so bad
fail.
on the knees.
So baby, meet me down by the Roanoke River, where the cool dark water meets the full.
Today hasn't been my best day out. Both my knees are flaring up, and I'm not disappointed or anything. I still ran a good chunk of this trail. It's just, I think the only thing that's holding me back now from pulling distance is my knees. So, thankfully, I think there is a solution, though. I'm still running on trail with my old Peregrine 14s, and there's like no cushioning on them. So I think it might be time to go for get scanned and measured and have a gait assessment, and then determine what actual trail shoes I should get for the race, and also like some of the week's training prior. So, yeah.
So I'm curious, as one of your friends listening to this, I have a lot of thoughts going through my head. So I can only fathom what I have to say. But what do you think the rest of your friends think of the full experience?
Why don't we cut to them and find out?
Well, I think it's a little wild. It kind of reminds me of your beer marathon that you did in London. So it's kind of a similar vibe, you know, let's do some stupid physical activity things, you know. Also, I'm not really sure how the physical thing is going to go, considering you're coming off an injury, you're not even skiing right now, you know. See how that goes. But, you know, best of luck to you, and we'll see from there.
Are we going? Are we rolling? Yeah. Just go to therapy, dude. Just stop. Just go to therapy.
I don't know. I don't know if Sai can do a 50K. I think he can maybe walk it. I don't think he can run it. But if he does do it, I'm going to eat a lemon.
So honestly, I think you've got it. I mean, with the amount of training you've put in, even though you've had that injury, I know that's a lot to overcome, but I think at the end of the day, you'll make it.
All right. Do I think Sai can finish the 50K? See, the thing is, I watched Sai finish his first duathlon. I was with him when he climbed his first 14er, and I was confident that he would finish those, but it was a very haphazard approach to the training. We just kind of sent it on a lot of those things. But then I trained alongside him, albeit remotely, for Chimborazo. And then I've seen him train for his Ironman, and now I've seen him train for the 50K. And I don't think it's a question of will he finish the 50K? I think it's a question of how fast. I have no doubt in my mind that he's going to crush the 50K. I had first started back up training. I remembered walking half a mile was really tough. And that was something that, you know, I had to put on a knee brace in order to walk half a mile. And so, quickly I noticed that my mileage was increasing in terms of walking, in terms of running. And we started off by doing a run-walk progression. It wasn't just straight up running from the get-go on the running days. It was a couple of weeks of progression where the priority was I put in time on the treadmill or I put in time outside. And I walk 3 minutes, run 1. And that number slowly increased the walk-run ratio. And so I was suddenly running more, but walking less. And by the time of the half marathon, a good chunk of that I ended up running. So all things considered, my time wasn't horrible, and I was able to do the distance, which was all I care about. That was the kick I needed to keep on pushing.
How was it getting back on the trails?
You know, after putting in so much mileage on snow and pavement and the treadmill and then doing the stair stepper, all I wanted was to be back on the trails, because you're in the mountains, you're in the trails, you're smelling the pine trees, you're smelling the conifers, and trails are a lot more forgiving on your feet and on your knees and all your joints in general. Your carrying capacity goes up significantly. So like when you're running on pavement, running a half marathon on pavement, in my opinion, is significantly harder than running a half marathon on a trail. And so the super nice thing about running on trails is that you have your trail shoes and they grip pretty well, and you're running through diversified terrain. So you're engaging different parts of your legs that you've trained. You know, we've done all the foundational work in the gym. So at this point, it's just about getting out there and seeing what we're made of.
Alright, Sai, we ready for the 50K?
We're getting close. So this is the peak week. So we've been putting in quite a bit of work so far. Today's another gym sesh, and then we got another long run tomorrow. So yeah, and then next week we go to Japan. So nutrition was one of the biggest parts to being able to do something like this, because when you train so hard, you have to eat hard. You lift big, you eat big. And lucky for me, I love food. Nothing fancy. I'm over here at my burger assembly station. So we're just gonna do 2 Impossible burgers. And then we're gonna toss them on sandwich bread with some microgreens and some reduced fat cheese. So nothing crazy. And yeah, it should be a good hearty meal. And then I'm gonna cook up some sweet potatoes on the side as well. All right, so one side is lathered up with hummus. And then we got the burger and the greens here. Oh, I did sort of destroy the sandwich in the process. Doesn't matter though, it looks good. Oh yeah, that's what I needed. So, I went to Japan. I convinced my redneck Kentucky friends to leave the country for the first time. And these guys really like anime, and they've always wanted to go to Japan. So they said, we're gonna go to Japan. And they asked me if I could come along. And I figured I would go supervise and make sure they don't start a war or nothing. So I'm in my hotel in Tokyo. It's February the 27th. So I am training here in Tokyo. I have a 5-miler I'm about to get done here shortly. Gym session tomorrow, and then a 20-miler this weekend. So weather is great, and at this point, yeah, we're reaching the peak of our training protocol. So yeah, it's time to get to work. Well, it's not how I quite thought this trip was gonna go, but I guess it goes to show that roadblocks happen in any way, shape, or form. I woke up feeling like absolute crap yesterday, and continue to feel very poorly, but I'm headed back to the US soon. We really got to get that 20-miler in before this race. But yeah, wow, this sucks. This really sucks. So I got the flu. It sucked. I didn't think the flu could hurt so bad. But my God, the flu was horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. I felt completely drained, completely dehydrated. My head was throbbing all day. And I was in Japan. I had one good day in Japan, and I was just crippled in bed. Eventually, I was well enough to travel back to the US, but then the strain from the travel got me sick yet again. All right, so I'm back in the comfort of my own bed in Denver. Turns out I have the flu. And this was not in my bingo card for what this segment of the training would look like, because we are now 2 weeks out from the race, and this is about when I needed to be tapering. I haven't really had too much of a chance to taper, more just sleep and hope to recover. Yeah, I feel a lot better today, but that's not saying much. But the name of the game now is recover, get my ass into gear, and hopefully get out for one more good run. That way I can do a taper, and then we can be very quick and efficient with it. I also need to replenish all my fluids. So I've been drinking a lot of fluids. That has helped a decent bit. My appetite still isn't fully back, but wherever I can do a liquid diet, I am doing. But yeah, I am making my preparations to go to Bellingham and yeah, book my hotel and everything. Booked the rental car. So yeah, here we are. Okay, y'all. So we are T-minus 1 week, and I feel much better. I don't feel sick anymore, but I still have this hacking cough. So that's beside the point, though. The point here is that while I can't really train much anymore, because I have to start tapering, the new plan is to get in as much time on foot as I possibly can. So today we're gonna get a good 4 hours out, just like walking, maybe doing a little bit of jogging here and there, and Apollo will come with. Speaking of the devil, there he is right there, enjoying his breakfast. Now I feel much better after sleeping a good chunk last week, and then I just not
diet coming back and everything, or like appetite and everything. You've been able to get food down.
Yeah, I've been able to eat again, and yeah, like all things considered, I'm glad it happened when I was in Japan and not this week, because
Not now.
yeah, I think it would have been much worse. But
Yeah, nah, that's good. That's good. And how's the body feeling? How's everything felt moving the last few days?
everything's looking good again.
Good.
Yeah, I've been just casually hitting zone 2 past few days. So
Yeah.
taper
That's all
has
you
been
needed
good.
to do. That's all you needed to do, because there wasn't any fitness that was going to be meaningful, that was going to be built, especially after coming off being sick like that. It was more just get feeling like an athlete again and get moving.
Yeah.
A little bit, so.
Yeah, no, I feel like a human again. I feel like a human that can actually accomplish things again. I don't know if this is a healthy mentality to take, but I had to get real with myself and think practically in terms of like all the setbacks we've had along the way. But I'm going into this with the expectation that I'm gonna be doing a brisk walk for a good chunk of it. Like hiking is gonna be the name of the game, and then running what I can.
Yeah, I think that's the best overview of it because, like you said, like you've had some setbacks. You were sick and you traveled, and all that stuff. And so, really, like, and the way the course, because I've ran there a ton. Like I know the course really well, and so the climbs for the most part, you're not running anyway unless you're like ahead of the pack. And everywhere else, it's pretty intuitive about when you should run, when you should walk, and when you should
Okay.
hike.
I saw on the trail map that there's one segment where it just shoots up like 1,200 feet in one go.
Yeah,
And
and
then,
that section's steep. It's like basically you could, I mean, I guess some mountain goat could run it, but like when you get there, like you'll just want to hike it.
so do you think I can do it?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's gonna hurt, but you're gonna get it done.
Yeah, I don't reckon it'll be pretty, but I do intend on getting it done.
It doesn't have to be pretty. It's just gotta get done.
So dealing with the knee pain was a consistent setback. The flu was a huge setback. Along with that, I work a very busy work schedule. Yeah, I really had just a lot of personal life things show up just out of the blue as well that you just got to address these things fast and efficiently, and it can't throw you off your training. You have to keep training. Yeah, so the plan was my mom was going to come out to support me, but that didn't work out. She had some stuff going on back home, and so ultimately, yeah, I guess I told myself, we're doing this. I'm going to Bellingham alone, and I'll bring it home for the people. Rental car, time to head to the airport. Not the airport, the hotel. I'm at the airport. I'm at the Seattle airport. Let's go. Hey y'all, so I'm in Bellingham now, and as you could probably tell, actually I don't know if the camera caught it, but I've already made the room a mess. So, yeah, it's Friday, the day before the race, and I'm gonna go pick up my race packet here shortly. Today's mostly just gonna consist of resting up. I'll probably walk around a decent bit just to make sure that, I got juices flowing, I got blood flowing. And, yeah, so tomorrow morning we'll have to be at the park by 6:15 a.m. And then, yeah, we'll get moving. So here in a bit, I'm gonna start working on gathering my race kit and assembling it, visualizing it, and visualizing where I'm gonna need things during the race. So yeah. All right, I came over to REI, grabbed some Body Glide, and then since it's supposed to rain tomorrow, I got a poncho. Yeah, so the Chucking 50 is the talk of the town here, which makes sense. I mean, it seems like it's not a huge town, but it's a pretty significant event. There's gonna be 750 people running it. All right, y'all, welcome back to my kitchen, by which I mean the desk on my hotel counter. Yeah, so trying to save money. We're not fancy folk, and I don't need anything gourmet. So we got some sandwiches that we're gonna make, and then yeah, got some fancy looking chips. I don't know, looks tasty. Some steamed vegetables, and yeah, nothing too crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's just deli sandwiches with some mustard on it. Okay, I'm an idiot, and I forgot to get plates, so we're just gonna use this napkin for now. Yeah, so I've been training in Denver. I've been training in the mountains in Colorado, but here the elevation is it's I think like 2,400 feet at the highest in this race.
Well, I would say you seem really motivated and excited about this for a long time, and you know you've already managed to raise a lot of money for Cure SMA. I think like $500 or something like that, right? From a bunch of different donors. So the motivation is there. Maybe we'll get even more donations tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Maybe that will keep you going. But honestly, if I were you and I was just recovering from the flu, I'm not sure I would be there. But you know, that's what makes you you. So.
Well, we'll get out there and make it happen. I'm gonna go grab the race bib here shortly.
So how can we follow along from home? Is there like some place we can keep track of where you are?
Yeah, so once I have the race bib number, I'll text it in the fam group chat. All right, so I've put out my race kit and I'm visualizing it right now. So here's what we got. We got knee braces, shoes, wool socks. So I got 2 pairs of shoes here. There's the Paragraph 14s and the Hoka Speed Goats. I haven't quite decided which ones I'm gonna wear yet. So game time decision. Wool socks. It's gonna be a cold day out and it's also raining. So good to have. Yeah, here we have Body Glide, Penetrix for the knee, some moleskin, some Tegaderm, Black Diamond poles. You got a hat, bandana, poncho, my camera. I have lots of goos, some EAA powder, some electrolyte powder, some electrolyte chews, and I love stroop waffles, so I got a bunch of stroop waffles, and then some of the gear that I'll be wearing is I got my Destination Unknown hoodie, and then I just got some pants that I've trained in. Alright, well, I'm looking at my kit right here, and I realized that I have socks, and I have poncho, and like all the other stuff I need for cold weather. But I forgot gloves. I completely blanked on gloves, which is not a good thing, but it's not the end of the world because I think I'm going to improvise. I'm going to wear socks instead on my hands as well. I have a bunch of old socks that I washed and just threw into my suitcase, and thankfully they're there.
It's my first time ever doing one of these. It's not going to be pretty.
Nice.
On 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I mean, the people up front seem confident about it, so. Yeah, I live in Denver.
Is that where you're from?
No, I'm from Kentucky originally.
No way.
Yeah, no one from Denver is actually from Denver. Ah, I made a mess.
That's okay.
I guess this,
You know what? I'll just get some water.
Okay, we have water here, or I can.
Now for the fun stuff, right? Woo! Still alive. Still alive. Still alive. Woo! Oh, one of these. Oh, what is this?
Peanut butter and jelly.
All right. This way? 186! Woo! Take some electrolytes first.
7 miles to the next one?
Yep.
Water, electrolytes?
I'm gonna pull this. That's okay. Yep.
Water, electrolytes, going left.
All right. Took a fall. My knee is busted. 15 miles in. I'm in good spirits. I'm not upset. The conditions today were absolutely atrocious. Mud, rain, cold, but yeah, snow, yeah. We're in here recovering now, but yeah, I've made some friends. Yeah, what a day. Well, we didn't get the bag. I failed. I lost. And I didn't complete the Chuck Nut 50K. Say one thing about Sai. Say that he's a really good loser. You see, losing's a big part of life, and what matters is how graceful you take it. This whole documentary is dedicated to the younger folks in my life, and hopefully such that they can take away something from it. The thing that I want y'all to take away from this is that it's okay to lose. And it's important to lose even. It's okay to fail, and it's important because it teaches you how to bounce back in a much stronger way. In a sense, you tend to learn more from your failures than you do your own successes. So, yeah, with all this being said, the people still need a 50K. I came here to do a 50K. And so I'm going to redeem myself. So I am here at the park, and I'm going to start my redemption run. Walking out the first chunk of this, I think we're going to get the whole lap just walking right now. The first member of the support team has arrived. Here we are, about to go into lap 3. So, 6 miles in, nope, not 6 miles, 5.4 miles in. I think at the 6 mile mark, that's when we're gonna start breaking into a run. Thankfully, Kyle is here to support. I anticipate the rest of the support team will be here shortly as well. Shortly being probably another hour or so. So I'll be out here all day. But yeah, getting real familiar with this lake. A lot of people ask me, Sai, do you ever get tired of doing crazy shit like this? And I tell them, shit no. Who's gonna carry the boats? Oh, there he is. Beautiful day for it, eh? Yeah, brother, killing it. Got another one. Lap number 6. Good day for it, eh? We are about 17 miles in so far. Switching back to a brisk walk for a good chunk. Actually maintaining a pretty decent pace, 13:58. So I mean, it's not like the greatest pace in the world, but like we're planning on recovering it here in the next few miles. So I want to see if I can drop it down to 12 minutes. But yeah, it doesn't need to look pretty; it just needs to look done. We're at 20.81. Still got 10 to go. 10 in the can. Okay, so we're at 23.79. The next lap is gonna put me at a marathon. Still going, still pounding through it, and yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. It hurts, but I'm feeling good. All right. Hey. Alright, we finished the marathon, and now we have 2 more laps around this lake, and we'll be done. So, I'm going to take this next lap slow, and then the final lap, I'm going to cruise. I'm going to do my best to go absolutely all out. So, here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna go out that way. We're at 29 miles right now. I have 2 miles to go. I'm gonna go a mile out, and I'm gonna run a mile back. Yeah.
All right, there it is, last quarter mile. All right. All right, nice job, man. You did it.
How does it feel? 25 minutes. Thank you. Thank you all for being here.
This is Steven.
Oh man.
Coors Light basically the same thing as water. So
Yeah.
It's like 95%.
Anyone you want to shout out right now?
Well, first of all, my interviewer, Nicole, is right here. So, she's been tremendously helpful in pulling this documentary together. And then we've got my buddy Brennan over there. He's off camera being a degenerate. Oh, and he's been tremendously helpful just being my friend. And on top of that, you know, obviously lots of shout outs, my coach, my sponsors. Of course, there's a lot of people that I can just sit here and name, but everyone that's in my life, I'm just very thankful to have around because I have a very supporting community around me. There's something that happens at the precipice of your mental limits, a breaking point. You give in or you adapt. I found my breaking point, and now it's time for you to find yours.